Happy draft day, everyone. I am Tom Downey, about to break down Mel Kiper's final 2023 NFL mock draft. I will make note, he actually already changed it once. Early this morning, he made several changes. I actually didn't get to see the original one, so we'll pretend that it's the first one. If you see an asterisk in the description, by the way, alongside a team, that was one that Mel changed. Number 1, Bryce Young. This is a lock. This would be a biggest shock ever if it does not go number 1. Number 2, however, is much more uncertain. It could be quarterback. It could be Will Anderson. It could be Tyree Wilson. Mel likes Anderson more. That's why he went with Anderson, because he's just guessing Texans feel similarly, but there is a lot of uncertainty in terms of what is actually going to happen. At number 2, that is where they draft begins. If it's not a quarterback, Arizona would like everyone watching to know they really want to trade down, like really bad. And that's exactly what Mel has. The Titans come flying up the board, which I will also make note is the same as what Todd McShay had happening. Giving up a first, a second, a first next year, a top, which I assume first or second pick in 2025. And Tennessee then takes C.J. Stroud, number 3 overall out of Ohio State. It's another quarterback then at number 4 in Will Levis, who could go between, honestly, I think 2 and 19 is a real possibility for Levis. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. It could even be an Anthony Richardson type of move. We've made the comment before, and I'll make it again. Back to Stroud. Titans right now have Ryan Tannehill, who's old and has battled injuries in recent years, and Malik Willis, who I think they hate. They only have 2 quarterbacks. Now, why is that? I would not be surprised whether it's day 2, day 3, if Tennessee does find a way to get a quarterback this year. I wonder if that's been their conniving plan all along. So predict this for me. Who will be the second quarterback drafted? Bryce Young, expected number 1 overall. Who's the second QB? It is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on the YouTube side, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. We'll go quicker on some of the more common picks. Jalen Carter, heavily linked to Seattle. Mel puts this, and I said the same thing on my mock draft yesterday. Can't quite sleep on quarterback there yet. The second most confident pick I have overall is the same one Mel has at number 6, Devon Witherspoon to the Detroit Lions. Christian Gonzalez, number 7, so it's actually 3 straight picks Mel and I have the same of, which makes me feel less confident because that's just not how the NFL draft works. Number 8, here's where Tyree Wilson ends up going out of Texas Tech to the Atlanta Falcons there. He could go as high as 2, or he could go in the early teens. Who knows? Paris Johnson Jr. is the first offensive tackle off the board. Some buzz that Philadelphia wants to jump ahead of the Bears to get Jalen Carter if he starts to slide. Paris Johnson, Bears need offensive line help. It certainly makes sense. I just don't know which one they're going to go with. Bijan Robinson to the Eagles at 10. I believe one of the big-time Eagles radio guys said he would retire if the Eagles took Bijan at 10. We'll see if that happens or not. It does go against the organizational philosophy, but you're also getting Peter Skronsky. You could also take Peter Skronsky instead. Now, are you going to watch the NFL Draft on Chat Sports? Y for yes, you are, or L for you are lame? I hope the answer is yes. We're going to have a great time for you guys. Round 1, Round 2, Round 3, Round 4, Round 5, Round 6, Round 7, undrafted free agents on Sunday. Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, we go live earlier. Not people who go live 15 minutes before the draft. No, we're going to have some fun. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. We'll see you guys tonight. Number 11, Lukas Van Ness. Surprise pick, I think, to a certain extent. Arizona trades down. I think they just want draft capital, so I get it. Houston at 12, Anthony Richardson. And this is the first pick that Mel had changed based on quote-unquote new intel. It changed a bunch of other picks as well. Darnell Wright goes to the Packers. I don't mind that one. That's a sneaky team player fit, I believe. Nolan Smith goes 14 to the Patriots. Gets them an undersized but dynamic edge rusher, good run stopper too. I like him a lot. Peter Skoronski goes off the board here to the Jets. I believe initially what happened in Mel's mock draft, based on his write-up here, he had the Vikings trading up for Richardson with the Jets. But then the Texans took him, so he canceled that trade and instead put Peter Skoronski to New York. It is an uncertain NFL draft, and nobody likes their mock drafts this year. Nobody actually feels confident. Number 16, Deonte Banks. Number to the Commanders, the Maryland kid stays home. I think they would love Darnell Wright, I suspect. More corners here, a little run of them right now. Emmanuel Forbes. Number 17, off the board here to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is a ball hawk and goes over Joey Porter Jr. If the Steelers take a corner not named Joey Porter Jr., some of the fans might be mad. Michael Mayer, number 18. I almost did this one. I think Dan Campbell's going to love Michael Mayer. Remember what position Dan Campbell played, guys? He was a tight end. So I would not rule out Michael Mayer at number 18. Number 19, Broderick Jones. If he falls to the Bucs, I think it's a sprint to the podium scenario. They need a left tackle. One of them fell. That's an ideal outcome for Tampa. Myles Murphy is, people, I do it too. I'll put him around here because I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what the team fit is, but Tampa, Seattle, all makes sense. Zay Flowers, number 21. I think he had Jahmyr Gibbs initially. Again, based on the write-up. I didn't see the real one, but I'm just guessing on that front. Zay Flowers to the Chargers. Gets them some speed, and Mel loves him even over Jackson Smith-Njigba, who goes to the Baltimore Ravens to help out, in theory, Lamar Jackson. There's Joey Porter Jr. to the Vikings instead of the trade up here. He also mentioned Henry Hooker. I have the under 4.5 quarterbacks. It'll go all the way down to 31, I suspect, but I'm taking the under on QBs there. We'll get back to 31 in a minute, but JPJ would be a home run pick for the Vikings. Who is your favorite NFL draft prospect this year? Sound off for me in the comment section. One player, who do you love more than everybody else? Apparently for me, it's Brian Branch because he's number 8 on my board, not about to the top 30. So I guess it's Branch for me. Number 24, Anton Harrison. This was a change after the Cam Robinson suspension news broke kind of late last night. I would be cautious saying that a suspension, even 6 games worth, makes you totally change your draft plans, but I get what Mel's going for there. Jordan Addison to the Giants, the third receiver off the board. And then the Cowboys take Dalton Kincaid. Mel also mentioned edge rusher. Keep an eye on Will McDonald at this pick. That was what I'll be honest, guessed was the pick in my mock draft. And then McDonald goes 27 here. I think he initially had Addison to the Giants, but things change, or to the Bills, so things changed there. I don't know if the Bills need another premium edge rusher. It's a lot of investment there. Same with the backfield. I don't mind. This is kind of a good range overall for Steve Avila at a TCU, by the way. Jahmyr Gibbs, 28 to the Bengals. A lot of buzz in recent days that Gibbs will be going in the first round of this year's draft. I would wonder if you would then just release Joe Mixon if that's the route you go. Mozzie Smith out of Michigan. The nose guard, defensive tackle, goes to the New Orleans Saints at pick number 29. Saints are going to call about trading up because they always do. We'll see if this is the year that maybe they don't for the first time in a while. Number 30, Kalijah Kancey. And I do have concerns about Kancey because he is very small. We're talking about a historically undersized player in terms of the wingspan, the arm length, the frame, all of it. But he's a great athlete. And when you have a mountain man in Jordan Davis, going with the smaller person in Kancey can make some sense. Chiefs then at 31, but not so fast. A trade. The Rams jump up to pick number 31 overall for what Mel says would be pick 36 and quote-unquote a couple of day 3 picks. Now, I have the trade value chart here pulled up right now. I do think a couple of day 3 picks, with no 4th rounder is the problem because the 4th would be about right for this one. You could throw in a couple of other ones. You're talking somewhere in the range of, I don't know, 5th, 6th, or maybe even like a future 3rd. Like that could make some sense. It's not that much to give up. And the Rams take Hendon Hooker. How about that one? Out of Tennessee. That would be interesting. Because if I were the Rams, I'm going to try to win with Stafford for now because he's under contract and whatnot there. And then I would just tank once he's gone. And then it's not F them picks, it's acquire them picks there. Which, That'd be interesting. That fifth-year option, I think some teams value, but I don't know. Hendon Hooker, I think, would actually do pretty well in the Sean McVay offense, but that's a bold prediction right there from Mel Kiper. Remember, folks, make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV will be live later today with all the NFL draft coverage you could possibly want.